Mark Evans is the driver, of course, of the Pico American Dream. He is 2 for 2 in the Northwest, beginning at Tri-Cities and then moving on to Kelowna, British Columbia. Fred Leland owns the race boat. Ken Dryden, the fellow that had that terrible crash in an Elam a few years ago, is his crew chief and doing quite well, I might add, up on the decks of the race boat. The Miss Elam, the team family, of course, Elstrom's you just met. Jimmy King, a fine and capable driver. Marine Technology, the Elam Corporation, is the owner of the race boat, and the Elstrom family, the crew chief, is Tom Elstrom, and he is also one of the owners of the race boat. And Jimmy King should give a good accounting of himself in that beautiful white boat. Also, we have Jerry Hopp. Nice to see Jerry Hopp back in an unlimited hydroplane. He's been away for a couple of seasons. It's great to see him back in Fred Leland's boat. This one, the Graham Trucking, the U-98, one of 4 blue boats in the pits. And the crew chief on that one is Dale Newman, another Fred Leland boat. Mitch Evans in the Packet Engines presents the Appian Geronimo. This is a race boat that has a boat shop in Spokane, the engine shop in the Seattle area, Bellevue area. The owner is Bob Fendler and Jerry Rise. And the crew chief, yes, the fellow that went upside down twice in Tri-Cities in the same flip, John Walters. Good crew chief, good team. They're getting ready to go racing, and they think they can be strong here. And then, of course, we have the Ultima Spirit of Lake Chelan, the only one that makes noise like a thunderboat. Rick Christensen, the driver. Ed Cooper, the geography teacher from Evansville, Indiana, the owner of the boat, along with his dad, Ed Cooper Sr., and the crew chief is Ed Cooper Jr. He's everything there is with this race boat. This is a brand new race boat, by the way, but that engine, 1,710 cubic inches of Allison, Jack Schaefer used to say that's the motor that won the Second World War. And finally, Dr. Ken Muscatel. He is a forensic psychologist here in the Seattle area. He's had some bad luck this year so far. He was busted up, couldn't go to Kelowna. Rick Campbell from up in Friday Harbor, and along with Ken Muscatel are the owners of the boat. Campbell does the wrench turning, and this race boat is a former winner, a good champion boat. Actually holds the record, believe it or not, for unlimited hydroplanes, a course record of over 166 miles an hour, but it hasn't been looking so strong of late. And finally, in the trailer position, as we saw Doug Brow getting ready to go and saying goodbye to his wife, to his mother, Faye. Michael Laurie Jones's boat, of course, the Red Robin presents the Miss Exide. The crew chief is Rick Klontz, and this Exide boat, 37 years after the fact, when his father set the world's 120 miles an hour speed qualifying run, 120.356 in another Miss Exide on this same lake on a 3-mile course back in 1965. A little bit of history for you. Heat 1B is brought to you by GTE Wireless. All in one, altogether different. And presented also by Pillsbury for Seafair. The yellow flag is displayed on our race course, which means we are in the opening sequences. Everybody got out of the pits just fine, but once again, we've got ourselves a lot of traffic out there. The 7 drivers managed to get through it just fine this last time. Doug Brow is the newcomer, sitting back a little bit as he will make his start a few seconds behind the other starters here in Heat 1B. And he's got to have his butterflies in the stomach, Scotty Pierce, because this is a thrilling moment for a driver, his first ride.
Well, it certainly is, and a big thanks to Mike and Laurie Jones for giving Doug a chance. He's really wanted to drive, and it's going to be a neat thing watching him go. He's got a tough road to haul being behind all these guys, but, you know, what better way to become an unlimited driver and get the heck beat out of you?
Well, it really is tough, too, because you're putting them back there in all the soup. I mean, the guys running out front really have the nice smooth water. You really earn your wings in that, don't you?
And that's exactly why they do it. They want to put them in the worst possible conditions without other boats around them, because the water for unlimited hydroplane racing is just horrendous. You see how beautiful it looks from up here?
Right.
Guarantee in the first turn there'll be 3.5-foot holes you're going to have to try to traverse across.
I guess, Mike, it's amazing to me that these boats hold together at all, the way they hit these holes and bounce around on the water.
Yeah, and the slower you go, the worse the pounding is. Of course, the faster you go, you get up over the top of it and fly over it. The white flag now displayed. As you can see our graphic in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, the race boats would like to get into position, as they are indeed doing. Slot number 1 will belong to the Pico American Dream with Mark Evans. Slot 2, the Elstrom's Miss Elam Plus. Slot 3, it'll be the Graham Trucking. Slot 4, the Packet Engine presents Appian Geronimo. Slot 5, the Ultima Spirit of Lake Chelan. Slot 6, the Computers and Applications, and the trailer, as we mentioned, the Red Robin presents Miss Exide. The guys would like to get into position inside this white sequence as quickly as possible. They don't like going around 2 or 3 or 4 times. Churns up the water something fierce, although wind is not a factor. not going to be a problem for us in this heat. Nevertheless, they do whip up the water, and they go so fast anymore that they get around the race course in time to ride over the slop they left the last time around. And when 7 boats leave all that, that's a whole lot of churning going on. Out of the corner now. Be led to the line now by the computers and applications. The outside boat, the pace boat. And he's supposed to bring him to the line at a speed of 130 miles an hour. They're moving to the line now. Let's see if we get a green. And we're all out of position here, so no green. You can see that several of the race boats are poked ahead of the pace boat. The pace boat's the one on the extreme left-hand side of your screen there. That's where everybody should be in line with him, and obviously they are not. Now, there could be a little conversation with a few fellows who might have been just a little bit early across the line.
Looked like Jimmy King was jumping ahead there, Mike.
Yeah, of course, the thing is, Scotty, as you well know, you can't see that flag if you're in the middle of all those rooster tails. So the only way you can really anticipate it is to try to outpace the pace boat without getting caught.
You know, you're a beautiful optimist. I would have thought that they're just wanting to stand on the gas before the other guy did.
I'm just stating the truth attractively here.
And if they do stand on the gas before the other guys and they jump across the line before, what's the penalty?
They're warned the first time they do it, and then your radio man comes on and tells you if you do it the second time, it's a lap penalty. You have to run 1 extra lap, which effectively takes you out of the race.
And that warning has gone out to 2 boats already, so we'll make sure that they don't poke out ahead this time. The guy on the inside really has the decided disadvantage. That's, of course, Mark Evans. He's got, of course, a whole lot of boat speed and the best position to be in for a start, but he can't see the flag at all. He has to look through almost 7 rooster tails for that. So he has to just anticipate where it's going to be on his instinct and hope that his radio guy in the corral gives him a real good call. We see the white flag. Let's see if it shifts to a green.
Well, they've just left the pace boats about a quarter mile behind them.
But believe it or not, we did get a green flag, and I think the reason they left the pace boat is that Ken Muscatel cannot bring them to the line at the speed necessary. There is a great battle on the outside now, shaping up with Mitch Evans in the Appian Geronimo. He's got Mark on the inside of him, the 2 brothers Evans going at it out there in slots 4 and slots 3 and 4 rather. And up the back chute, we've got 2 blue boats as well as Mitch Evans up there. A great battle going on right now with the Graham Trucking. We've even got Jerry Hopp in that thick battle there as well as Mark Evans. So we've got a great pace going up there. Those boats look like they are exact duplicates. One with the little disc on the tail fin, that's Pico, that's Mark. And the other one, that's the Graham Trucking, that's Jerry Hopp, and he's got a fast boat, fastest he's ever driven under him right now. He comes out of the corner and takes Mitch Evans wide to the beach, and tucking right inside there is the Miss Elam. As they come down to start lap number 2, it's going to be Mark Evans in the Pico American Dream out front, getting a lot of air underneath the race boats. And Scott, as they come down to you, both those Pico boats are looking pretty flighty.
Yeah, they're going to need to canard those things or possibly go to their truck for the next heat and put the bigger wings on them, Mike.
131, 136 for lap number 1 now for the Pico American Dream as Mark Evans starts to pull away. His teammate Jerry Hopp, though, is giving a fine accounting of himself. And look at the Elam sticking up in there now, too, with Jimmy King. He's starting to press up there for second place. Got a good battle between the Elam with Jimmy King and the Graham Trucking on the outside with Jerry Hopp, as the leader is Mark Evans in the Pico American Dream. And he's put a rooster tail between him and second place now.
I think Jimmy King's going to be able to put a move on Jerry Hopp right here. He does have the inside. I've been very impressed with the boat. They have Danny High and Tracy Bradfield working on the boat, and it's showing the boat's improving rapidly.
They do indeed. Well, Jimmy King is going to take the measure of him across the finish line, but not by much. Jerry Hopp driving hard here. Ken Muscatel in last place continues to labor up the race course. We had a 131.1 for the first lap, 132.5 for the second lap for Mark Evans. Off the lower corner now, Mark Evans with 3/4 of a lap to go. Jimmy King has established himself in second place in that white boat, but there's Jerry Hopp on the outside going for some better water out there, and he'll put the pedal to the metal and see if he can't surpass the Elam Plus up the back chute.
You know, Mark Evans is driving a boat that he's never driven before. This is the boat that I actually destroyed in Detroit in June, and this is the first laps that Mark's ever had in it. He's just trying to get a feel for the boat right now.
He is indeed. Unfortunately, he didn't have to do it with a real barn burner of a heat. All right, it looks like he will get the checkered flag. It's going to be the Pico American Dream across for the checkered flag this time, but coming down with a drag race literally for second place. Who's it going to be? It's going to be the Elam. It's going to be Jimmy King and the Elam by just a couple of boat lengths across the line, and a great race driven by Jerry Hopp in third place. Look at those two guys. They're side by side. They had themselves a heck of a competitive experience just now.
That's probably the fastest laps that Jerry Hop's ever driven, and I think he did just a fantastic job.
Boy, so do I. We love to see Jerry drive. He's had a couple of down seasons in the smaller boats, hoping to get a back into the Unlimiteds. He got back in, and he certainly wants to stay, and he's certainly driving like he can definitely demonstrate to the folks there in the Leland Unlimited camp that he's worthy of that ride. Fourth place overall went to the Appian Geronimo. We still have not finished up. Here comes Doug Brow across the line for the checkered flag. He got it done. His first completed Unlimited hydroplane heat. The Miss Exide crosses the line with Doug Brow at the wheel.
And what a job. He got 5th place. He had to pass 2 other boats from the trailer position. We haven't seen anybody in a trailer position pass anybody the last 3 weeks that we've had rookie drivers out. What a job Doug Brow did. Let's give him a big hand.
Yeah, indeed. He goes through the lower corner now, cooling down, and the butterflies are now gone. He's a certified Unlimited hydroplane driver. Crossing the line in 6th position, it was the U3, the Ultimate Spirit of Lake Chelan, and unfortunately for Rick Christensen, he's having some mechanical difficulty way off the finger pier. He'll not get back to the pits, it looks like, under his own power. Finishing up finally, it is the computers and applications with Ken Muscatel. Let's go down now to Bill Rocky.
Crew Chief Ken Dryden. Ken?
Okay, you got it.
Ken, so far so good. You got a good draw and you took advantage of it.
Yeah, we got out there and did a little running. We didn't run real strong, but next time out we'll step up the pace a little bit.
It's the first time in that haul for him, though, so you can't argue with that.
No, he's got to get used to the new boat, and he's doing a real good job.
Okay, Ken's got to go over there and talk to Mark Evans here.
Now in the finished Pico American Dream, Mark Evans on top. The Ulstrom 2nd place with Jimmy King. Graham Trucking with Jerry Hop 3rd. Mitch Evans in 4th place with the Geronimo, and the Miss Exide with Doug Brow was 5th place. We had Rick Christensen in 6th. The computers and applications with Ken Muscatel in 7th place overall. Now let's go down to Bill Rocky.
As we mentioned, that was the first heat for Mark Evans in this haul. How'd it go?
Went good. It's a little bouncy out there. It took us a while to get wound up and get going, get out front, but otherwise it was a good boat ride, and it'll be an interesting rest of the day, that's for sure.
The 2 boats, what are the differences between this one and the one you've been driving?
This one seemed to dance a little better, a little lighter on its feet, so hopefully it'll go over the waves a lot better and keep us up front.
So far, so good.
That's right. Hey, hi, Nick and Alex. I got to say hi to my relatives, all my friends back home. Hi, Mom. Thank you much.
Okay, go ahead.
Who else is there? All the guys that race snowmobiles against cars. I'm going to come back and get you guys later.
All right. Obviously, Mark's in a pretty good mood after winning his first heat.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mark has got to figure out a way to loosen up a little bit. The pressure's really getting to him out there as we get a boat towed back to the beach. We've got Tony Ventrella, who is on the beach and back in the pits. Tony?
All right, we're on one of the floater piers here. We'll be going up and down for the next couple of minutes with Jimmy King. Nice ride out there.
Yeah, the Elam Plus with the Elstrom family did a fabulous job, especially the 2nd time out of the box this year. You know, just make it better.
So you seem to jump into 2nd and just hold it, then you had a little race there at the end.
Well, actually, coming out of the first turn, the other Leland boat, when I got into the first turn, it got real red, white, and blue, and then we went into the 2nd turn, and they still had me, and then I was able to pull it out to the corner where the boat accelerates.
Good start for you, then.
Yeah, it was. It was a good boat race. It's fun when it's like that.
Okay. Jimmy, thank you. We'll see more of you today, I'm sure.
I hope so.
All right, let's toss it over to Rick Corella. Rick?
I'm down here on the pier with the entire Brow family. Doug just qualified as an unlimited driver, and in the same heat passed 2 boats. As soon as he gets done with his chief, Pat Berryman. Doug, good ride back there?
No. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Boy, that was a lot of fun, but it's real rough back there, and I'm glad it came out the way it did, though.
Passed 2 boats on the way around, moved up?
I'm learning. It's going to take some more time. It's really, really rough back there, but I'm just going to have a good time today, take my time, and hope it comes out for the best.
It was exciting for all of us.